If you put a 2 to 4 inch lift on your 2024 or newer Toyota Tacoma and it didn't come with the control arms and you need to swap out your factory ones, these Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms are a great solution. Now these are also a great addition onto any leveling kit or lift kit that you're looking to buy as a preventative solution, combat excessive wear, and also improve your driving performance and stability with the new alignment angles. Now it's also a solid option for a replacement if you have been a little too hard on your truck after the lift and ended up damaging your control arms prematurely, or just want a better solution to a replacement compared to a new stock arm. Now when adding a lift or a leveling kit, you're changing up a lot of different suspension angles with the independent front suspension. Your upper control arms that are responsible for your caster and camber angles are directly affected when lifting, and if not corrected for, they can cause induced wear and tear on stock components that aren't meant for that added ride height, and it can drive down or hurt your drivability. Now these feature a corrected angle specific to 2 to 4 inches of lift to flatten out that angle and help when it comes to extra stability and handling in the front end for a more comfortable and controlled driving experience. Now the corrected angles also help when it comes to alignment, getting more even tread wear out of your tires and helping your wheel traction and improved articulation, which is a big benefit if you are taking your Tacoma off-road. These have a 1.5 inch steel tube construction with reinforced gusseting to be able to take some on and off-road abuse pretty regularly. Now the steel is covered in a black powder coat finish to protect it from rusting down the line, keeping them functioning as new for years to come. Now each one of these also comes with durable pre-greased ball joints and hardened rubber bushings to last through tough conditions. This set also has a direct fit with an upgraded factory-like construction with provisions for your ABS and brake lines, so you don't have to worry about any modifications when it comes time to install these. When it comes to the price, these will be generally affordable for upper control arms at roughly $450. Now comparing these to other choices in the category, these keep it very straightforward when it comes to the design, eliminating a lot of the guesswork for proper alignment. They also have a solid construction that works in that 2 to 4 inch range rather than being too wide of a range or including added features like adjustability that you may not need for your specific application or setup. Now I think if you don't want to get too complicated, you want to keep it affordable, but you also want a good set that's going to work well for your truck, this is a great set to look into. When it comes to the install, this will get a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should take you about 2 hours, probably an hour per side, to get the job done with the correct tools and setup. I do also recommend an alignment after install just for the proper performance and wear of other components. So that's something that you should definitely look into after putting these onto your Tacoma. Now at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers and they're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can install these on your truck at home. So that wraps it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need various ratchets, an impact, an extension, swivel adapter, 3/8 1/2 inch adapter if necessary, 10, 12, 19, and 22 millimeter sockets, 22 millimeter wrench, a hammer, a bungee cord, needle nose pliers, a pry bar, a breaker bar, and also not shown here is the jack and jack stands. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some upper control arms on our Tacoma, so let's get started. Alrighty folks, so we've got the truck in the air, we've got the wheels off, and the first thing we're going to need to do is remove a few brackets. Now the control arm we're installing is meant for a 2 to 4 inch lift kit. Our vehicle currently has a 3 inch front lift leveling kit on it, so that perfectly falls in our range. So we're going to pop these brackets off, one up here on the strut tower, one on the control arm, and then the one on our knuckle. So we've got our 12 millimeter socket on our ratchet. We'll get these off first. Make sure all these are freed up. Next, we're going to remove our front and rear little covers to better access our control arm bolt. So these clips are kind of weird. You will need a set of needle nose pliers. You need to pinch the center clips, kind of pull back on your cover at the same time to get those out. Then you can do the same thing for your rear cover as well. Next, we're gonna take our needle nose pliers and remove the cotter pin on our castle nut for our upper control arm. It should just pop out, but if it does get hung up, kind of hook it. Now we'll pop this cotter pin out, set that aside. Next, we're gonna loosen up our castle nut. So we've got a 19mm socket and swivel adapter, and then extension on our impact. These can be a little tight out of the gate. So we'll get that down to where it still has a few threads on it and leave it like that for just a second. Now we're gonna gently tap on our knuckle to release the ball joint from our knuckle. It actually has a flat spot on the end of it there, so you can give that a few taps. That should pop out. Now we're gonna grab a bungee cord and we're gonna wrap that around the knuckle. You can hook this to your spring on your strut. This is just gonna prevent your knuckle from falling out too far. Then we're gonna take a pry bar, relieve a little bit of tension on our nut, remove that all the way. Gently let this come out. You might need to persuade it a little bit with that pry bar. And your bungee is going to grab your knuckle. So now we can get our upper control arm mounting bolt loose. Now we've got a 22mm wrench on the nut side and a 22mm socket on our ratchet on the bolt head side. All right, so these are pretty tight from the factory, so we've got a breaker bar out. I'm gonna get this loose. Once we've got it loosened up a bit, we'll switch out to our ratchet. Take our nut off. Also want to take that large washer off with it. Now we can feed our bolt back through. This bolt is very long. A little trick is to keep the washer that's on this side flush with the control arm mount. Gives you a little extra room. So now we'll get our upper control arm bolt fully out. Now you just want to be mindful of your intercooler piping on this. You may have to pop the lower charge pipe off of the intercooler. We'll show you how to do that. It's kind of tough to see, but very easy to do from here. And we can pop this out. Remove our control arm and bolt. So now as you can see, we do have our charge pipe off of our intercooler. It's easier to show you now that it's off. You can literally reach up in here and it has a retainer clip. You just need to pop that down and off of the charge pipe coupling like so. Then you can pull the charge pipe back and down and out of the way. Very simple process once you're looking. It's just hard to see from this angle. Super easy to do though. Now once you've got this side out, you can repeat the same process for the other side. All right guys, so now we can install our new upper control arm. So what we're gonna do first is get this close to the mounting positioning. Again, you wanna be mindful of your brake line. You wanna take that bolt, again with the washer close to the mounting point. You're gonna get it started. You can actually get it pretty much flush with the mounting bracket. We'll get this in, feed our bolt through. Might be a little tough to get at first. We'll line it back up, get that all the way back through, and we can reinstall our nut and washer. We'll get that back in place. Now once we have this in place, we're going to reattach our charge pipe if you did indeed take that off. So again, just kind of line this back up and pop it back into place. You should hear that clip snap when it seats fully. Now what we're going to do, take off our new castle nut, swing our knuckle back over, get this lined up. Now this new ball joint may be a little bit stiff. Might have to give it a little persuasion to get it moving. want to get it seated. Install your castle nut. And we can take our bungee cord off. So now we're going to bring back our 19 mil socket with our swivel and extension. We're going to tighten down our castle nut. Now we're going to install our new provided cotter pin. Now there's no right or wrong way to do cotter pins as long as they protect the nut from coming off of the threads. So once you get that through, you can take some needle nose pliers. You can bend these back however you prefer, whether it's around the sides or over the top like so. As long as it's stopping the nut from spinning back off, that's its main purpose. Now we're going to tighten our control arm bolt back down. So once again, we've got our 22 millimeter socket. Be mindful. So now in place of the bolt on the factory control arm, we have this stud with a nut on it. So we're going to get our bracket in place on that. Get that nut loosely installed for just a moment. We're going to grab our other two factory bolts, get these brackets back in place. There's the one on the knuckle. So now we can grab our 12 millimeter socket on our ratchet. We'll tighten down the two factory bolts. Now we'll grab our 12 millimeter socket on our ratchet and tighten down our two factory bolts. Once you have those two tight, we can grab our 10 millimeter socket for our nut on our bracket. Now this does have a little locator on the arm itself. Now that we have all this on, we'll reinstall our front and rear covers. So now we'll clip these back in place. And they just push right back in. Do the same for our rear cover. Now once you've got this side on, you can repeat the same process on the other side, and always remember to follow the manufacturer's specific torque recommendations for all of your hardware. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms for a 2 to 4 inch lift on your 24 current Tacoma. Thanks for watching. As always, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.